Hey, I was gonna do a vlog, then I got a telephone call. I really need to get in the tub. I just got my hair cut finally. So, I'm so tired. But I want to do this vlog because when I was at Starbucks, I was on an iPad, and I'm glad Starbucks got free Wi-Fi. And I got a chance to look at President Obama's speech, congressional speech, and it was very, very. I'm glad he's the president because he know what he's doing. That's all I can say. I listened to him, and first thing they're trying to avoid. They're trying to say that he's avoid calling it a stimulus package because they're running that into the ground and they're making it a negative connotation. And so they're trying to make it as if he's just giving the money away. When it's not part of the stimulus, it's not just giving money away. Yes, some of it is refunneling, redirecting some of the money instead of it going in wasteful areas or places that it doesn't need to go, or is wasteful spending. We're putting it in areas that have been neglected, and the middle class. Do you know that the middle class was destroyed? That's what they intentionally did. They're like, no, all power goes to the rich. That's what they tried to do. Crush the middleman. The gap between rich and poor was widening. How come you act like? How come people are acting like they don't remember that? How come people? And this is what get me. Let me say this. Why is it that people are acting? I still remember the day when Bush took off the regulations for fair trade and fair competition. That was the most. Didn't everybody around the country hear a big gasp? Didn't the whole country gasp when all of a sudden you released regulations? So you let people who had the most money eat up the small people or the small businesses and organizations. You guys remember when the airplane companies, when the airports, the airlines started having a scramble, babble, and start eating up all the other airlines and destroying all the competition. There was a movie about it, I think. I forgot. What was it? Charlie Sheen or somebody? Or Kirk Douglas or somebody like that? Charlie Sheen, Kirk Douglas. Where, you know, and it put his father in a hospital. A mom pop son, like, almost betrayed his father for the airline. He thought he was going to do good. That, all of a sudden, then all the airline companies were going out of business because the big companies just dropped their prices and did all these things that were beyond regulation, and they drove all the other airline companies out of business, and it killed all fair trade and all competitive competition. Just was like no margin. I mean, it was either you were the most biggest powerful dog in the yard, or if you were smaller, you would just get eaten. That's what they did. You know, $100,000 tax break. They're millionaires. At least what Obama planned was fair. Okay, you get taxed like everybody else. You get the same tax break as everybody else up to the point that everybody else will get a tax break, and then after that, then you get regular things. So you still get a tax break. Greed, my friends, greed. And so this is what the Bush ruling class did. And they destroyed it. It was so bad that airplanes were falling out of the sky, as I recall it. Airplanes couldn't maintain, so they started getting bad, and they were falling out of the sky. That alone, forget all the money that they take. The fact that they destroyed the balance of fair competition, so at least the small businesses that ran the smaller companies, who in turn hired the other companies. How do you lose 4 million jobs? By running a mid-sized business out of business. It's not stimulus. It's just protection. It's just balance. And so you had these big companies that just, and banks and everything that just sucked the whole system dry. You ever seen like what is that, Starship Troopers? Starship Trooper, and they had the big brain bug, and they had all the other little bugs come in, and a big brain bug would come in and put the spike in the middle of your head. With me, it would be right here. And so, and then wait a minute, suck your brain right up. That's what they did. They sucked the life out of the system. You know, the big guys, the big brain guys, the top echelons. All he's doing is placing control on it. And we know that crap did not work. It destroyed the economy. It would never work. And then, this is what kills me. So I happened to be watching something the other day, and it's like, some lady on it, she said, well, why should we spend more dollars? Why should we spend more dollars for American workers, our own? Why should we do this for our own country when we can go and hire other countries instead of paying somebody $600 a week? Then we pay them, and we go across the seas and pay them $40 a week. Well, there's one very simple and easy way. And instead of making them rich, and now we owe our asses out to other countries. You know, the thing about it is, it's just so plain and common sense. But that's how I want to. So this is their attitude. Well, why should I do it? I don't give a darn. I just want the money. Screw the country that I live in. You know, screw the people I live around. You know, as long as I can get free and cheap labor. All he's saying is, stop giving people incentives to go incentives, yeah, to go incentives to go across. Stop giving people incentives to go and giving them tax breaks to go across a foreign land. Somebody must have been making a deal. I think it was Clinton, NATO, or something like that. Where they opened up, they didn't open up trade, they made it so it was available then. They sent all those jobs over there on purpose. And then left no jobs here. So all he's saying is, okay, that's unfair, you know, to us, you know, why, you know, that's why I like President Obama. You know, and then somebody who will talk some darn sense. Thank God we have somebody that is just a little bit ethnically aware. Because you got preachers, men of God, is offended. Instead of protecting God or Jesus, they are protecting the darn buildings that fell down. That's gone. And they trying to build new buildings. Trump has a new thing. They're going to make some new buildings. And that was a deal. Somebody made money from that. It was a man who took billions of dollars insurance on those buildings just before they were knocked down. And he got paid. He profited off of the World Trade Center. Go look it up. Anyway. So now we're going to get mad. Somebody needs to say, don't burn people's holy book. Just don't insult them. You know, only Christians are that deep that you can insult them and they'll just, you know, only Christians have that much love of God, you know, excuse me, or that much love in their heart. Other people get mad. If they try to kill you, we be like, I gotta take care of it. I don't want to go into it because you know what? I don't even go there. I don't even go there. I respect other people. My God says, love thy enemies anyway. What? Maybe we should be doing that instead of this other bull crap starting, insult for insult. Anyway, so to me, all I saw, I didn't watch the whole thing, and I'm gonna try to watch the whole thing. And then here's another thing: everything that he's doing is not direct money. Some things are because they need to be, okay. But infrastructure. You know what? If you ride down the east. For a long time, you could not even ride down the east side of Buffalo. The Mayor Griffin had stolen all the money, like $4 million, the money that's supposed to go to the east side. Didn't get the money. The black people did not get the money. Okay? They did not get it. It was gone, or it went to other places. It went to Tonawanda and all of these other places. And so the roads are crap. But if you hired people, black people, to get those roads fixed, then you would create employment, then you have less jail, and then you would stimulate the economy of the people, that have to live in this area and who don't have jobs. It's like, okay, well, we need to create jobs. Our roads needs fixing. You know what? I'm hiring an intern. You know what? I don't know how it happened, but I accidentally hired an extra person to get me out because one of my guys had to go on vacation. And, we're just starting out and we're struggling trying to make this thing happen. And really, it's not really, we're doing the bread and butter work. It's not the creative stuff that I want to do. We're doing stuff to help an auto manufacturer. And other people are getting hired. It's growing by accident. If you leave it alone, and what if you help it out? What if this new computer that I gotta buy for $5,000? That's more than I get paid. But I gotta reinvest it because I'm scared. They're gonna rip me to shreds with the taxes. And I know how they treated me when I was making. I forgot what I was making at Philip Morris, $70,000, and then I freelance another $20,000-$30,000. So I was making $100,000. They were taking a third of my income, a third. How you get? Oh, they get $70,000. I get 40, and they get 30. That's a ripoff. It was getting more. I was a single man without any kids. I'm paying for somebody's trip to golf, their helicopter flight to the golf course on a military flight. I didn't mean to go there. That was very personal, but it's just that I see. Look. And so I got into a conversation with a guy in Starbucks, and he's growing his business. I'm watching this guy from working at Starbucks every day and writing software in Starbucks to where there's several people who want to invest in the Starbucks and buy a company so that they can implement his software into the model of that company. So they want to buy out a business in order to hire people to implement his software. That creates jobs. This guy is like me and you. He just had a kid. But, a tax break to where I can write off these freaking 7 and I got to buy all kind of drives. And I'm buying the stuff so that I can write the stuff off. So my taxes will be less. That's the plan. I just don't get it. Here it is. And I'm accidentally creating somebody is going to eat a little bit better because of a job that came my way, which I'm splitting and sharing the wealth. And all you got to do is just let it grow. Just not try to chop it down. That's what they're doing. They're fighting over a bill that they know will cause this to grow. It's a business. So people can have a tax write-off. The people that need it. And they said it plain and bluntly. It says, well, give the money to the people that need it as opposed to the people who don't. I was surprised. I said, go, man, go. He said that dude got good courage. They think he a wuss, too. And he's saying stuff that, I mean, these is rich folks. I wouldn't say that stuff to them. He said it straight. I'm like, that's a bad bugger. Shut your mouth. You know, they keep calling it, you know, you pick your battles. You pick the battles. You can't go fighting everybody on every little thing. You pick the ones that are valued. Now, we all, the whole country, fighting over one little darn building. And the whole rest of the country, they trying to keep the rest of the country from crumbling. These dudes did a number on us. Don't y'all remember? For years. For years. And so the conversation that me and this guy got into is that this is an opportunity for us to grow, build business. He's going to build business. I'm telling him I want to build a business. I had some troubles. I'll tell you about it once I get by it. Once the Lord deals with it and give me the victory, I'll let you know. But you know, I had some situations. But we're saying this could be a wonderful opportunity. But we said the problem is people who aren't like the middle ground trying to build business, the ones who just need a job, which is okay. Some people work, some people create the work. You know, some people get the client, some people do the work. You got to get it like that, you know. But they don't see so him and I would see the first trickle down effects for the first time. Pushed out all this trickle down. I ain't nothing trickle. It trickled out. It trickled down. You know. And so for the first time, we're saying, oh, this is something to benefit. But then the person who's going to be the average worker who is just need a job, they're the ones who's going to be very impatient. So him and I, we know you have to build a business and you have to let the business grow, and it takes time and things like that. It takes time. There's a process that has to happen. It's like anything. You don't watch water boil. You don't watch the grass grow. You know, it takes time. You plant the seed, and when you plant the seed, you don't sit there and be like. But, you know, I can understand their frustration and stuff like that. And so them are the ones that he's trying to give them a little bit of time and space, a little bit of relief to hold on until this other stuff start kicking back in. Because these cats destroyed it. And y'all know it. So it's amazing. He's only doing what has to be done. Oh, well, they took and he's so clear and concise about it, because it's not a brain science. What do they call it? Rocket science. Anyway, I had a girl that's calling me that I used to be in love with. That I can't be in love with her anymore because she got married, and Anyway, God bless you all. I love you all. I wish y'all would give it some time, you know. Because if you let them back in office, they're gonna tear shit ass up. Okay? That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do it right again. And they already said they would. They're already fighting. That's why they starting all this crap about stuff. Because they're like, oh, we got to have a tax break for the rich. We got to keep a tax break. You done profited and so much from all the other stuff. You don't need no tax breaks. You've been having one. Give up your tax breaks. Yeah, the time limit is you taking the tax breaks. I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all let them Republicans back in, and I'm gonna tell you a secret. Y'all let the Republicans back in. They gonna tear this place up. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm a Republican. I'm a Republican.